prison?
I was a correction officer at Rikers Island for 2 years. Rikers Island is an island with 9 jails that house inmates awaiting trial. There's been multiple occasions when I've been touring and an inmate will pull his penis out, will masturbate. They would set fires in their cell. You can be walking doing your tour and all of a sudden urine or feces is thrown at you. The
Oh
inmates
my
are in there
god.
for murder, domestic violence, burglary, robbery. It's just an island filled with gangs that are constantly trying to kill each other. Almost all of them had weapons, knives, or sharp objects. Officers would be assaulted daily. It can range from a broken nose to a broken eye socket, broken bones, broken ribs. There's no limit to what these inmates would do to you. We are at a time where the inmates are running the prison. There is definitely officers accepting bribes.
Oh my god. Damn, not getting poop thrown at you, bro. Yo, if poop were ever thrown at me and I'm in that prison, yo, I am blowing the whole prison up from the bottom and up. I'm blowing the whole shit up, bro. I'm detonating all traps, all bombs, C4, like the whole.
I was hired to provide custody, care, and control of the inmates. The system has definitely failed everyone involved. The inmates, the officers, everyone involved is suffering. 60 people quit in one day. Your captains would side with the inmate before they would side with you. They're worried about that publicity because they're trying to keep certain things under wraps. Drugs is very rampant.
They gotta put me in Rikers. That's my type of people. Yo, bro, you are not lasting a minute in Rikers prison, bro. I'm telling you. You might get put on a fan. Like, see my fan? You might get hung up there and just get spun. Like, for real, bro.
K2, fentanyl,
Not even trying to disrespect you.
marijuana, any drug basically you could think of, they probably have it. The value of
You
any
know what?
drug
No,
in
you might
jail
fit
is
in.
worth
You might.
much more than it would be
Honestly,
worth
bro.
on the outside, maybe like 5 times more. There is definitely officers accepting bribes. Not only officers, but civilians bring it in as well. The people who are in charge of programs, doctors, nurses. During the pandemic, visits were suspended, so they weren't getting them through visits. Some of them are scared. Some of them do it for the money. On Rikers, the alcohol is called hooch. And what they would do is save their fruits and they would ferment the fruit. They would mix it with hot water and sugar and they would let it sit there. And then they would get drunk. They would become very touchy feely. Then they would become aggressive. And then they would start fighting each other, start arguing. It would just lead to disaster. I remember the first time that an inmate masturbated in front of me. I was feeding them through
What?
the feeding slot. Once you open their slot to put their tray, they would like put their penis in the slot. I screamed and the other officers on the floor was like, what happened? And I was like, he's masturbating. And they were like, oh, he does that to everyone. Like it was just normal. I felt violated. I felt disrespected. I felt scared. I remember being scared to do my tours. There was a time in the building that I worked where an inmate got into the A station where a female officer was. He was able to rip her duty belt off, rip her pants off. Thankfully, an officer came, was able to come and help her. He was being held for rape. I believe his intentions were to rape her. They suggested that we wear Spanx underneath our uniform for just in case. It shouldn't be a just in case. Am I going to go to work today and is my belt going to be ripped off? Some of the inmates are used to the pepper spray, so it does nothing to them. And then there's others that threaten you. If you do use your spray, I'm going to cut you. You're in a position like, do I spray and get cut? Or what do I do? There's some of your captains are there just to tear you down.
Yo.
If you report something or you get into an incident, They want to know, what did you do wrong?
No, I'm
what
not
did you
laughing at
not
that.
do
I'm
to
laughing
prevent
at what
it?
you said.
You're more likely to
Bro,
end up in
you're
jail being a correction officer than you would as a civilian on the street. Suicide attempts on Rikers are pretty common. It breaks my heart. They are humans, and they do have families that love them and are waiting for them to come home.
But they
It's
out
just
here
sad.
rapping
Typically,
people and
if
killing
there
niggas, so
are
why you
about
sad?
50 inmates to one officer, the
I
job was
understand.
so draining that I would literally come from work and sleep until my next shift the next morning. Then the pandemic hit, and that's when I actually
How do you
started
even
getting
apply
stuck.
for a job
That's
like
16
this?
hours back to back. My coworker called me from the jail. She's like, I'm on 24 hours and they won't let me leave. And they're saying if I walk off the post, I'm gonna get suspended. You're on post for 24 hours and then a fight breaks out and they expect you to do everything right on no sleep. You're supposed to still do your duties to the best of your ability. I have seen female officers terminated for having relationships with the inmates. There has been incidents where officers have been
Bro, what? Wait.
impregnated by inmates.
Yo, come on, bro. Impregnated by inmates. Relationship with the inmates. Their meat can't be that good, bro. It can't be that good. Because they're in there for rapping, murder, or some mad criminal. If it's that bad that they're on a whole island, bro, leave them alone. Like, you can find someone with dreads, muscles, everything else at the gym, bro. Just go to somewhere. The inmates for real, yo, women are different.
Once you start a relationship
Oh,
with an inmate, or once you say yes to them once, you can't say no because you're locked in. You're trapped at that point. I didn't have a coping method. I had chest pain. I've had colleagues died from heart attacks. I remember thinking I'm 21 and I'm gonna have a heart attack. I hit rock bottom. I actually tried to quit like 3 times. They would always convince me to stay in the fight. I remember getting to a point where I was like, I can't do this anymore. Just give me the paper to sign and I'm done. I remember still feeling that chest pain for probably up to 5 months after I quit until it went away. And right after me, hundreds of people were quitting. If I can talk to an officer that was looking to join corrections, I would tell them, don't do it. It's not worth your quality of life. It's not worth your mental health. And until there is some sort of structure and safety, you shouldn't even consider it.
like, bro, are you serious? Relationships with the inmates. Are you kidding me? How do you even get the time and free time to come in come in an officer? What? I think that's enough for me. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
You in there bought some shoes. I went and bought a McDonald's. She stuck all on me just like glue. That's probably why you cannot find her. Me and my niggas, we like to cut up. Pussy, but come get your line up.